guys, you're here with me, Karl James, and this is another episode of Karls YuGiOh Chat. We're here with our MFM player, Seb Tym, who came third at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals. He managed to play through 9 rounds of Swiss, and Seb, how, what, when?
Yeah, round 1 I played against Rabbit, and that was fairly easy. I just won. I don't remember what happened. And then round 2 was Chaos Fairies, and I had a really bad hand that game that turned into a good hand. He made a turn 1 Christian and then attacked me and I failed and dropped a Gauze, and then he just lost. And I don't remember my other games, but I was 5-0 and then I lost to Wind Up in mirror match. That was Aaron Kazemi. He just looped me and then I lost. Round 6 I lost again. That was Chaos Dragons. I don't remember who that was, but that was a feature match. Yeah, he just killed me. I think he featured Fusion, I'm not sure. And then I'm not sure about my other games. I think I played a couple more Rabbits and Wind Ups. But I finished 7-2, which was pretty good. Yeah, and then there's top 32.
Tell us about your top 32 then.
Okay, I'll tell you about my top 32. In round 1 of top 32 I played against Luke Leonard. I've never played him before and I know he's a good player, so I was like pooing myself a bit. If you want to use that expression. I made a big play mistake game 1 where I could have looped him for 5 cards, but my Wind Up Hunter was in my hand, and I searched through my deck. But I still won that game because I had Heavy Storm and Pot of Air Ice, so... yeah, I won that game. Then game 2 he OTK'd me, did 8,000 exactly, which was pretty good for him. And then we went to game 3 and I just looped him again and sort of grinding as you do with Wind Up, and then I eventually just got the win. Top 16 I played against someone playing Chaos Dragons. I won game 1, he beat me game 2 because he featured Fusion, then game 3 I looped him for 5 cards and summoned Kaiku, so that was game over. In the top 8 I played against Aaron Kazemi again, the guy I lost to in Swiss, who again is a really good player. I think he beat me round 1, and then I won game 2 and 3. I just looped him and then sort of again ground him down and got the win. In the top 4 played against another MFM player, Joel Pearson, who I was fairly confident about playing because obviously he comes to our locals, so like I know his playstyle and stuff. But I made a play mistake and I lost. So, yeah, basically he went first and he opened up with a Dolker and set 2 back row, and I had like Heavy Storm, Soul Taker, Shark, Magician, Torrential, and something else. And Heavy Storm. Was it? Yeah. Well, yeah, I had something. I could have discarded his whole hand and played his field, but I forgot to Soul Taker, so I lost. Because I'm a good player. And then he opened insanely good. Game 3 he opened 2 Rabbits, Tour Guide, Soul and Judgment, and MST I think, or something like that. So I lost, and then we played off the 3rd, 4th, and I played against AJ Tiblady. He wasn't taking it seriously. I think he was a bit pissed off because Jovan topped a Monster Reborn to win, and that was like the only possible thing he could have topped. So he wasn't very happy and he didn't take it seriously, and I just beat him. So yeah, I came 3rd in the end. I was really pleased with that. Shout out to Ryan Pang because I think I have to. He told me to play some good cards, which helped me win a lot. And Jack Wyman, who helped me with my side deck the week before. So yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh!
So yeah guys, all of Seb's top 32 games bar his 3rd place playoff are going to be on YouTube, so you can watch those and see some of Seb's amazing plays and some of Seb's not such amazing plays.
Yeah.
But other than that, Seb's gonna take us through his Wind Up deck like you do on Karls YuGiOh Chat. So I'll hand over to him and we'll see some of this tech that Ryan Pang told him to play.
Yeah, okay. Right. Standard, and then like 3 Sharks, 3 Rats, 2 Magicians, 1 Hunter, and that's the only Wind Up I played. I think that's pretty standard. It's similar to most Wind Up decks. And then I played 3 Effect Veiler. This is mainly because with the fast effect timings and things like that, I think 3 Veilers needed because of Dino Rabbit matchup. It stops the loop. Insectors, but you know I didn't see any, so just general 3 Veilers just good. And then 3 Tour Guides, a Sangan, a Gauze, and a Blackluster. A lot of people like a lot of people don't play Blackluster because of the 3 Veilers, but I think there's a lot you can do with the Blackluster even with the 3 Veilers, because I play Giga Brilliant and Tyrus in the extra deck, so it's just good. There's a lot of ways to get BLS when I have it in my hand. So that's 20 or 21 monsters. For the spells, I played 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Control Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, Pot of Arrow Ice, 1 Dot Factory. I made deck 2 Soul Takers that was mainly against Chaos Dragons and Dino Rabbit, because Wind Up has trouble getting over anything bigger than 2/5, and I have to waste quite a lot of resources to get over 2/6 because of Tyrus. And I don't play Adris because of space issues. I don't think it's needed. And then 3 MSTs because macro hate. That's, I think it's 12 spells, maybe. I think it's 12 spells. For the traps I played 2 Fiendish Chains, 1 Mischief of the Yokai. Someone told me to play this the night before the tournament, and I just thought it would be a laugh, but it was actually really good. It helped me out a lot in my games. Like, if I was playing Dino Rabbit, they'd go Rescue Rabbit, and I just
what does it do?
Well, it reduces all monsters' levels on the field by 2, so they'd make 2 Saber Sorcerers capitals, and I make them level 2s, and they can't make Lagia. Or like if someone's going for a wind-up loop and I've got this down, it shuts them down completely. It's just like a really good blanket card that they can't really stop. And then also when it's in the graveyard, I can remove it from play to reduce one monster's level by 1. So like say they Veiler my Shark or something when I try to go to level 3, I just do it anyway by removing this. So that was a really good tech. A lot of people criticising it.
Was that a Ryan Pang tech?
It was a Ryan Pang tech. I have to credit Ryan Pang for this tech. This is a Ryan Pang tech. And then after that I played 1 Solemn Judgment, 2 Warnings and 2 Torrentials.
So the rest of it pretty standard.
Yeah, so it's a 41 card deck. I probably wouldn't change anything. I think it was good metacal and stuff. Everything's pretty standard apart from that 1 tech. Then for the side deck I played 2 Cyber Dragons against that random machine deck that is always a possibility to play.
Won you your top 8 game as well, wouldn't it? It's quite
this
funny.
Actually, this won me 2 of my top 8 games. Sorry, top 16 and top 8. I attributed to set Cyber Dragon and then Fusion for his end mains. That won me a game. So yeah, it's mainly against Wind Up Mirror Match and that random machine matchup.
Yeah, and you just tripped.
Yeah. Two Kaikus. This is for Dragons. Again, I put this in a day before the tournament. I wasn't sure about this card, but I just thought it'll be good, and it turned out to be insane. If I summon this and my opponent hasn't got any outs to it, like I just win. They can't remove, and I remove their stuff, so even if they get it off the field, I've still removed at least 2 cards. 2 Maxis, like pretty standard against Wind Up and Rabbit matchup. Everyone hates having to eat a Maxi to go for their pluses, to go for their power play. It just hurts a lot of people, and again, like it makes them think, what if I draw a Gauze off the Maxi? That puts them in quite a difficult position. So they have to make a choice. They can either not make their play, or you know what Maxi does. I'm not going to talk about Maxi. For Vinlance, this is a random tech that I just thought myself. I saw it on the top 8 for German nationals. And it looked really fun, and I just put it in, and it was really unexpected. It won me a lot of games in mirror matching against Dino Rabbit, and again Chaos Dragons, because they're all quite big. Protected my Zen Mighty when they bottomlessed it, or tried to compulsory it, and just it was a really good card. I'm really pleased that I played Lance. 2-dimensional fissures against Dark World and things that don't like being.
So Dark World.
Yeah, just Dark World. I sided this in against Dragons as well, and it was really good when they didn't hit the Raikou with the Lila. If I loop with this on the field, there's no coming back from it. Because all the dragons get removed, they just can't do anything. I played 1 Black Horn of Heaven against people that would inherently special summon monsters, I guess. It's like having a 3rd Solemn Warning. It was really good.
Just stop special summons, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's just like consistency for having answers to big creatures like Lagia and Light Pulsar and stuff like that. Yeah. 2 Royal Decrees because there's been a lot of Burn and Final Countdown in the meta recently, and I just feel that it's needed, and this deck struggles against Burn anyway because even though it spams out big monsters, it gets a very big field, and Secret Barrel really hurts me. especially since I'm getting pluses off Factory and Zen Mighty and stuff like that. So I think Decree's needed, and again for heavy trap matchups like stun decks and things like that. And then I played 3 Shadow Crystal Mirrors. I probably shouldn't have played 3, but my local is at least 60% Insector, so I just sort of made a meta call and expected there to be loads of Insectors, which there weren't. So they never left my side deck all day. I didn't play a single Insector or Dark World, so that probably could have been something else, but I don't mind too much. For the extra deck, I played 1 Chimera deck because I side Cyber Dragons. Like, it's really good at mirror match, and again, any deck that makes Zen Mains, which is most decks in the format, I guess now. 3 Zen Mighties, obviously. I played 2 Zen Mains. A lot of people are only playing 1. It was mainly because I can, sort of reason. I had the option of playing 2, and I played 2 because I wanted to, and it turned out to be really good. Like, say I go into a Zen Mains in early on in the game. If my opponent somehow managed to kill it, they'd sort of think, oh, that's okay because the Zen Mains is gone and there's less of a threat now. But if I make another one, it really catches them off guard because I don't know anyone who's playing 2 Zen Mains who topped. So that was really good. 1 Leviair because it's staple. Again, Giga Brilliant because I have trouble getting over big things. Leviathan Dragon, staple. I played 1 Utopia and 1 Utopia Ray. A lot of people aren't playing this card, but I think it's needed. It's not my favourite card in the game right now.
Especially if you play a Mind Control main deck.
I main deck Mind Control, so it's really good. If I'm losing, I take that Utopia and then I just win. Or if I'm scared of the Mind Control, if I know they've got a Mind Control and I need to make a 2/5 beat stick, I just make this over Utopia. Roach because it's really good against Chaos Dragons. I didn't actually expect this card to be that good, having not tested a lot against Chaos Dragons anyway in locals, but if I made this 9 times out of 10, I would win the game. I played 1 Tyrus because Shark, I can go rank 5. Tyrus was amazing in the rounds. It was so good. Like, just not even for the effect of destroying things, because it couldn't be destroyed by card effects, and 2/6 is huge in this meta. The only other sort of monsters that can get over that are dragons, which, if I've got this against dragons, I tend to win anyway. I played 1 Zen Mayo. Not that I didn't get Zen Mayo out the whole 2 days. I didn't summon Zen Mayo once, but it sort of has to be there just for the threat of back row. Like, Zen Mayo's good. And then I played 1 Armorion as well because I play Veilers and a lot of level 3s, and also I pulled off the BLS OTK a lot. And Armorion was also good because it's quite big attack for level 4. So yeah, that's my deck profile, guys. Hope you liked it. This is Seb Tym. Thanks for watching.
A bit more in detail about how his weekend was for him. But I hear you went to YCS Leipzig earlier in the year. How did you find the play standard at Nationals compared to that?
Honestly, when I was at Leipzig, I didn't play a tier 1 deck until round 6, and I was 6-0. So I think Nationals is probably a lot harder. Not in Leipzig. I think I was a lot more unexperienced to the meta we're playing in than I was at Nationals. Like, I hadn't really tested against Rabbit at all. The only decks I tested against were Insectors, which again, our local is at least 60% Insectors, so that's what I was used to.
The only really Rabbit player we had down here was Callie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's only him, and that was like the only Rabbit down here.
Yeah, so I think I got a bit big head in Leipzig because I was 6-0. I was like, oh, this tournament's easy. Where are all the opponents? And then suddenly I just hit them, and I finished 7-2. And then on day 2 I lost 3 rabbits in a row, 2 rabbits in a row even. But I just got hammered. I didn't even know how to play against them. So I think in saying that, I think the play standard at Nationals is a lot higher than it was at Leipzig, because obviously later in the year everyone's got a much clearer idea of what the strong meta decks are and how to play them and how to play against them and things like that. So I think the Nationals was a lot more competitive than Leipzig was, and even though I did better at Nationals, I think that again the play standard was much higher. There were much more good notable players, I didn't actually have an easy match at all, apart from round 2 maybe, where I 2-0'd my opponent. But yeah, I had really tough matches, all tier 1 decks, up until top 4, where obviously I lost. So yeah, Nationals was definitely harder.
So what did you think of the venue at Bowen?
I think the venue was good. It was a bit small at first, I think, but I think, you know, retrospectively, there weren't actually that many players there, so it was a good size.
Like 400 players or something.
Yeah, 300, 400 players. So yeah, it was a good size for them, you know, the sort of numbers they were expecting. Yeah, it was good.
And your third place prizes were how were they?
Yeah, I was really pleased with the prizes actually. I got this playmat trophy. I got 4 boxes and these sleeves, pack of 80 of these sleeves. So yeah, yeah, the prices were really good. I was a bit disappointed that I didn't make the final, to be honest, but retrospectively I think my prizes were probably better for me than the second and first place, because I can't go to Euros. I didn't want an iPod or the speakers because, you know, I don't need them.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I was happy with the 4 boxes, and then I also I managed to pick up this mat as well, which I was really pleased with. So yeah, prices were good. I thought the price support was really good actually, considering other nationals I've been to weren't at that standard.
So speaking of other nationals, this is obviously not your first nationals. How?
No, it's actually my third. I went to nationals last year, and
you played scraps.
I'm not embarrassed to say I did terribly last year. I think I was 4-4. I was going to play plants up there, and then I got really bored and I played scraps instead. I made it the night before, and I lost 2 games because I didn't have a scrap archfiend in my extra deck. So that wasn't a good nationals. And then the one before that was I think it was 2007 or 2008. It was Demise format, and I was playing the under-13s.
Playing
Earth Rush, Ryan Pang's Earth Rush, and I think I was 5-3, 6-3 maybe. But yeah, I don't actually remember that. It was ages ago. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. So but yeah, that was a good nationals. That was my first big event, and there was also YCS Brighton, where I played Karakuri last year, which again wasn't brilliant. I think it was 4-4 or 5-3. No, there were 9 rounds, and I was 4-4, and I didn't turn up for my last game because I'm a good player, basically. I think I was trading cards in the other hall, and I just didn't hear the round being called up, so I got a match loss for that one.
So we'll finish off this episode with one last question. What did you think was your favourite bit of the weekend? Like favourite game, favourite moment, something funny? I don't know.
I think my favourite part of the weekend was probably my top 16 match. It was a really good feeling, like when you open up with a 5-card loop and a Kaiku in hand when you're playing against Chaos Dragons. That was quite a nice game. Obviously, I did feel sorry for my opponent because, you know, it was a bit unfair. Like there was no way he was coming back. I also had Solomon warning set after I looped him.
Yeah,
so
that bit.
Yeah, there was no way he was coming back from that. But I think that was probably my favourite part. I can tell you my least favourite part.
What was your least favourite part?
Well, that was my top 4 game where I didn't play Soul Taker.
Just look at your hand and you're like, oh, yeah. Why is that still here?
So yeah, it was a really good nationals. Really enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll go again next year.
Yeah, hopefully you can go back and do even better than third.
Hopefully.
Bring back the first place for MFN this time. Anyways, that's Karls YuGiOh Chat for Seb Tym in his 3rd place wind-up deck. Let's see if he can come back and keep this form in the locals and win our locals at the weekend. But we'll have to wait and see. So until then, guys, we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.